Good morning, afternoon, evening, good night. It's Saturday morning, the 16th of December in sunny old Kahuna down under. That just totally reminded me. I was going to actually set up a separate camera. It just reminded me just then. I was going to put one upside down just to mess with you all from down under. I'm looking down at Greg because I don't know if I told you I was going to do that, Greg. let's bring Mr. McMillan on instead of me talking to someone who's not even on the screen.
And how are you today? Alrighty then.
All right, you did. It's when I first started live streaming, I started doing that mainly. I had a different intro. I had like different drinks and stuff. I think it was like coffee and beers, and so for wherever you are in the world, sort of situation.
Oh yeah.
And after I built that intro, I was like, "Oh, morning, evening, afternoon," and it wasn't until I think you might have said to me the Truman Show. I'm like, "Oh yeah, it is too. It's from that." And it kind of just stayed there forever. Yes. How's the weather in Canada this morning?
Actually, it's about 8 degrees.
Yeah, right. That's all
Believe
right.
it or not. Yeah.
That's not too bad at all. You had snow there. I saw on photos from you and Baker. I don't know if Baker's here this morning.
We did have
from
some snow. Yeah, it's all melted now, of course, and well, I'll have to wait and see if we get any more. I don't know. I hope
You'll
not.
get more. It's only the start of the winter.
Well, it's not even there yet. Yeah. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we'll definitely get it.
Yeah. Morning, Kathy. Kathy joins us, I reckon, for every single live stream.
I think so.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if she just likes our humor or she's got a bit of a crush on the Canadian bloke. Dig it in the green grass. That's Martin. I want to say Martin Matthews. I might be wrong in saying that. But he, for some reason, every time because he always puts a Welsh flag on his comments.
Yeah.
And for some reason, it comes up as black. Do you see the comment there? Is it black on yours?
Yeah. It's black. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what. Maybe it's your end, dude. Yes. Joe
And
Green
look who showed up.
Look who's late. The bald guy with the beard. Oh, even Devo's here.
Yeah.
Or Devo.
Devo?
Yeah. A shout out to the original live streaming. That's where I called him because he would comment on a few things. I'm like, "Oh, Devo." He's like, "No." Oh, look.
Oh, and look who's there. Where's hats?
Where's the hats?
I never wear hats.
Yeah, but I hardly ever wear them. But the Santa hat that I have is actually in the car because this time of year I do. Have I told you I do this?
I don't know. What is it?
Santa. I get dressed up in Santa suit.
No, you never.
Haven't I told you that?
No.
I'll see if I can find a. I don't know if I've got a photo or not.
Why do I picture you being like bad Santa though?
Sit down. You've been naughty. You're not getting shit.
All liquored up. Drool.
Here's a lump of coal for you, kiddo. I'm looking back. Oh, I think I saw one, maybe. So, for the last 3 or 4 years, I suppose, the market, our Kahuna market, I rock up to the market in the back of a. I wish I had a photo to show you. I can't find one because I'm the one that's normally taking photos of this, so then I'm the one doing it. So you can't really do it anyway. If I find a photo, I'll put it on the Facebook group. Even Mike Goyne.
Yeah.
Emoji's working well. Black flats.
Yep.
Yeah. So every year at the market, because we're a small rural community, the market went out and bought a Santa suit, and it's like a legit Santa suit. You can't tell it's me. Like it's a beard, there's a wig. I've got like white hair doing this stuff, and there's glasses, and like full suit. And so I rock up to the market so I'll do this on Sunday. There's a guy in town, a mate of mine, who's got I can't even tell you what sort of car it is, but it's like a hot rod truck sort of thing. So we've got flames down the side and everything, and Santa rocks up on the back of this hot rod. It's so Australian, and and then throws like lollies at kids. I mean, lollies to children, not.
Yeah, just chucking them.
Oh! Santa blinded me. Well, last year it was like
little Timmy like, won't be able to see.
Oh, Demo says that was 3 different flags. There you go.
Yeah, they are definitely not working.
Yeah. So I do that every year, and then the local kindergarten and preschool, I go in there as well. So I was in there yesterday at 3:30 or something in the afternoon, and I rock up there, and before I go in, like the teachers there give me a sack with all books in it. They're all wrapped up, and it's got the kid's name on it. So I go in there and sit down and like call out the kids' names and hand the books to them. Oh, how exciting! A book.
Yeah,
every kid wants for Christmas. And, and yesterday I'm there. So I've got 3 nieces, right? So Sarah's sister has 3 daughters, Lenny, Bowie, and Twiggy. And I'm there yesterday, and I'm like reading the name on the book and handing it to that kid and reading the name on this book and read Lenny. I look up, there's my niece, and it's not like I have a Santa voice.
Yeah.
And Lenny's like, takes. But the other 2 were there, and the other 2 are older, and they're not stupid, and they're like looking at me like,
yeah.
And my sister-in-law, she's like, yeah, the penny dropped about 30 seconds ago. Like, yeah, no. And then last night we have a street Christmas party. So everyone in our street, we all take turns as to who's going to host it. I think last year here? Yeah, last year was here. And this year was at obviously another neighbour's, but we all rock up there, and all the families from the road come, and it's just a nice. It's been going for like 70 odd years on our road. Been doing it
really?
every year. Yeah. So because I did the Santa gig yesterday in the preschool, I said I'll do this tonight if you want. I haven't done it there before, and it's a ripper idea. So they. Whose house it was, they put together some lolly bags for all the kids and stuff, and yeah, it was kind of cool, like handing out all this. But I'll tell you what, wearing a Santa suit in the Aussie summer, fucking hot.
Yeah, it would be.
Santa sweats his ass off.
You should have just cut off shorts and.
No, it's not happening. It's not happening, dude. I thought Australia banned Welsh flag. No. We ban most things, but just not that. Maybe you haven't done anything wrong yet.
Could be a StreamYard thing.
Yeah, I really should have. I should have just put the shirt on, because you can't see the pants and the boots and everything. Big beard and glasses, and ring the bell like Sarah up in the next room.
That'd go over like a fart in a dive suit.
Oh dear. I suppose we should start talking about photography stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, so I wore the Santa suit and people took photos of me. How's that?
There you go.
Anyway, so today, enough of that. How long have I been talking for? Nearly 10 minutes about Santa suits. It's
you can do a weekly podcast about Santa suits.
Oh, no, it's funny because like you get dressed in this, you see yourself in the mirror for the first time, you're like, oh wow, and then you've still got your voice going on. So I'll go into this place like, yeah, g'day, how you doing? G'day. So Santa's walking through the place. Yeah, g'day, kids. G'day. It's not the hall that you see.
Yeah.
And when I went into the preschool yesterday, and I'm like, oh yeah, g'day, ho, and all this sort of business. And I'm like looking around and go, I've taken photos of that family. I've taken photos of that family.
Yeah.
That's my old neighbour there. And like all these people like looking at me going, oh.
You know, in some places you're not allowed to say ho 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 anymore. You got to say ladies of the evening, lady of the evening, lady of the evening.
Here I was thinking you're going to get all like PC and shit on me. The what's it in Melbourne? There's I don't know if it happens anywhere else or it's just the People's Republic of Melbourne, but we have um, the one of the councils down there. You know how you put up like Christmas signage everywhere?
Yeah.
You probably do it in your hometown. I'm sure you do.
Oh yeah.
Or at least the bigger towns, like they'll have signs like Merry Christmas and some like decorations and stuff. They might decorate the street. In Melbourne, it says, oh, what does it say? Me,
Happy
much make
holidays.
no, it doesn't even say that. It says like make merry or something. Make merry, something
Oh
like that.
really?
It says it's something that
Oh
doesn't
yeah.
even make sense.
Yeah.
And they're going, oh, we've got to be inclusive, except for the people who think Christmas is a thing. It's like, so, so the thing
Our
at the moment,
town,
yeah,
our town has a Christmas light display. Um, there's a 2 block stretch downtown, and then
hmm
and it's both sides. There's a river goes right through the middle of town. Both sides of the river are all lit up, and
yeah,
then
right,
there's another part of a block that has them, and then down at the local park, there's a whole whack of them down in there. That
yep,
and when there's a few like when there's some snow, like fresh fallen snow,
uh,
these things are amazing to take pictures of. A lot of cool things,
yep.
but I mean, there's like dinosaurs and all this other crap. It's just, you
Oh,
know, a lot of them aren't really Christmassy, but they're just lights,
yep,
right? So you take the
yep,
little kids down, and, they
yeah,
see
yeah,
the lights and that. So
yep.
but it's a pretty cool thing. I'll get some
Mm,
pictures of it this year, I'm sure, when we get more snow.
yeah, cool, cool. Yeah. Well, down in that council that I was talking about, the thing that's happening down there is it says like make merry or that's something stupid like that. And
Yeah.
people have been getting like white paint pens and taking out the first word and writing Christmas under the merry. It's like,
Oh yeah. Yep.
yes, yeah. I think we are at the point now where no one actually is offended by these things. I think there's just a bunch of bureaucrats sitting in a room going, "Oh shit, we better not do this," and no
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
cares. But someone sitting in an office somewhere thinks that someone might care, so we will just ruin the whole damn thing. Anywho, let's get off my bloody pedestal. So
So
we've,
photography.
we've, we've I was thinking today. I don't want to just give it away, all this stuff away, and then go see you next year. I thought we might like recap, I guess, on some of the favourite sorts of things that we've done this year. And by all means, you guys watching, just put a note there as to what you think. Like, has this year been a good year for photography or videography? What was the best thing, the best app that you've used, sort of thing for photography? The thing that surprised you? Not I don't want to hear just like. I use Lightroom now, unless that was a big hurdle for you, like something that really shined out for you in the year.
Yeah.
We'll talk maybe. Well, Greg and I only came up with this about half an hour ago, so
Yeah.
bear with me. Which is like, to be fair, on this channel, that's a lot of forward thinking. So Greg's got it and grabbed a photo that he thinks that's his favorite photo of the year, and it is a pretty bloody good photo, I think. Do you want to share that, Greg?
Okay. Share screen window there. There it is.
There it is.
How's that show up? Because I can't even see you now. This thing's taking up the whole window.
Yep, that's good.
Okay. Yeah. So this was actually on Halloween, and we had just a plethora of snow come in that day. It started probably 4:30 in the morning, I want to say. But this was like a wet snow. So I literally got soaked getting this shot because I'd already taken a whole bunch. This is
Mm-hmm.
down at the local park, and there's a walking bridge that goes across the river. And I just thought I thought it looked pretty cool. Now this, I think, is a black and white version of it.
Yep.
But the color version doesn't look much different. In fact, I don't know. This could be the color version.
Yeah.
But
Right.
it was voted most popular in our local camera club monthly assignment, which was bridges. And so I was
Mm-hmm.
pretty happy about that. Uh, but one of the pieces of feedback I got was that it's too bad the lights didn't have like a starry effect on them. So I used lens distortion to put those starry flares on the two lamps that are on the lamppost. And I think it
Mm-hmm.
adds to it. If you look at if you look at the one without the flares, it just doesn't have the impact. So
Yep.
I wish there was three lights because three is always better than two. Like
Mm.
an odd number is always better, I think, than an even number
Yeah.
in a photo. But I'm pretty happy with how it turned out, and
I
seriously
think odd
thinking about
numbers are
getting this
definitely
printed.
better in nature photos, like
Yeah,
in more urban photos. I don't think it matters as much,
yeah,
but
yeah,
in nature photos, yeah, for sure.
yeah,
I like it. Good job.
yeah. So, well, thank you very much.
I'll share with you. I grabbed 3 photos, and one of them's from a phone. So I'll just put it there. There we go. I'll just see if I can.
And
what
thank you,
what
folks in the
what's
chat for the wonderful comments.
There we go. So this is of a Cessna jet. What's it called? I don't know. Some jet. And it was actually a paid job. Um, it's a company that I do a fair bit of work for with website and marketing and photography, and they get me up there. It's about an hour and a half north of me. They get me up there often enough to do. Every time they get a new aircraft, I go up there and shoot these sorts of photos. And this is
Okay,
done with the Sony camera. But I did a series of photos with this. But to build this photo, and I say building a photo. This is the camera doesn't move, and I take one shot for the sky, and you can see some stars in this. It probably doesn't come through very well on the live stream. Looking at the original and looking at the live stream view, it's much better on this one
yeah,
than the live stream one, because the live stream's at 720p, and there's a lot more stars in the actual photo. But so I'll take a photo of the stars and focus on the stars, then I'll bring it down and focus on the aircraft and push it up to like f22 and 30-second exposures and light paint the aircraft in one photo, another part of the aircraft. So in this photo, there's probably 15 to 20 shots to get the different exposures in that photo. So it takes a long time to make, but the result is sweet. I really like it. I'm very happy with it. Reminds me of a fly. Is
yeah.
that, is that
It
just
does.
is that just because of the amount of flies that I have here?
Oh, that last video was brutal.
I was just going to say, did you watch that last
It's,
one?
I don't know how you do it, man. I would be just spazzing out. I'd be like a guy watching a cobweb.
But I can tell you what I ended up posting. So we're talking about a video on the Windella Farm channel at the moment. I did a video where I put up a couple of fly traps, and one of them was very successful, but the flies rotted inside it, and it was just freaking
Oh.
putrid. It was horrid. And
Well, they were
for
in
the
there for like 2 days
yeah,
in the
uh,
heat.
in the in the heat. So
Oh.
for the sake of
But
the
what gets
video,
me is how it attracted more flies.
it
Like,
does.
what is wrong with those things? Anyway,
So I uh, I emptied this thing out to. It's basically a bottle with it's not a one way, but flies are stupid enough that they can't fly back out the same hole, so they'll land on it and then go in, and then they can't go anywhere. They land, they drown, they die, and eventually there's that many of them. The water is full of flies, but so more of them die, and it just turns into a squishy mess. And I emptied it out for the video, and then just to reset it. And when I emptied it out, when I was editing that video, because I just set the camera up and recorded and like threw it, and then went off the camera, and man, even editing it, I was nearly throwing up just listening to my sound because I had the mic on, and I'm like, it was horrible. And I'm holding the fly trap out here, and there's heaps of flies, but like there was none of them on me. They're all just around this frigging thing. And I looked at it yesterday when I finished mowing the lawn yesterday, and I blew off with the blower vac sort of thing, blowing all the grass off the paths and that. And I walked under the fly trap, and I'm like, oh no. It's like I look up at it, and it's like full, not just like half full, it's like chockers full of flies. Yeah. So that one would be a plastic bag around it, tie it off, then take it off and go and dump it in the bin. It's like I'm not emptying that out. No. Not gonna happen. No. It was horrible. And I think I left it in the video. It's it's probably the worst thing I've ever done on a YouTube video. It was the most disgusting thing. It was just freaking horrible. Anywho,
anyway, that's a good shot of the plane, though.
It is, yeah. And this is probably my favorite shot of the year.
Yeah,
I really like this photo. And again, that was with the Sony. It wasn't with the phone. I think that the Sony did this shot better than all the phones. But I think next year I'll probably concentrate a bit more on trying to accomplish this sort of thing more with the phones. Like not do so much comparing of phones. I just go out there with a phone and try and get the best sort of image that I can with that phone. The comparing videos, this versus this, is very good for the YouTube algorithm, but I think there's enough people who watch my stuff now that you probably might want to, or in my head, I'm thinking you might want to get better at doing what the phone, getting more out of the phones than just going, this is better because it's easier to use or whatever. Yeah. So I absolutely love that photo. I could probably frame that and sell it, and it would sell, especially around here with the old international. Yeah, the old Massey. It's international tractor. This one is, I think. Yeah, not a Massey. Yeah. Anyway, and I figure I should probably put a phone photo in there, and that's an iPhone 15 Pro Max photo, and happy days. I don't know if you remember that video. The Samsung really struggled with that shot. I took a lot more Samsung photos to get a good one than the iPhone was like one done.
Yeah,
it's banned on mobile. Proto Dragons, what's going on? Now, this if this is the first time here, dude, it's this is what we do. We don't know what's going on.
Totally unscripted.
Totally. The tractor is cool. It's such a bloody good photo. I really like it. Yeah. The photos you both take are amazing. Fair. Oh, shucks. This guy.
Oh, thank you.
This guy. You're going to make me blush. Anyway, they're my favourite photos of the year. What would be the highlight for you for this year? I reckon I know what it is for you because I was actually thinking about this the other day when I first had the idea. I thought, how are we going to do this in a live stream? You probably can't, but we can certainly talk about it. What would be your highlight of the year?
Probably having the ability to upgrade to the 15 Pro Max after just getting the 14 Pro Max last year, because usually I go on a 2-year cycle. So I thought it was really cool to be able to upgrade and it's still a work in progress.
So getting the 15 Pro Max, because you're right. You normally do wait 2 years, eh?
Yeah, I do. And I'm going to be getting the 16 next year too. I have a plan in place. And
does it involve arm robbery at an Apple store?
Pardon?
Does it involve armed robbery of an Apple store?
Oh no, no.
Oh,
It's to try to maximize my ability to do this stuff before I retire.
yep. Fair game. See, now
And
I
that's
would have
why I
thought
got
it
this
was.
new watch. I got the Apple Watch Ultra as well.
Ah.
This is my early retirement gift
Ooh. Oh.
because I'm not retired yet. So I got it early. That's how I call it an early retirement gift. But, you know, making hay while the sun shines, I guess you could say.
Tell me, what is the main benefit of the Ultra? What did you have before?
I had a Series 4.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
So that's a big jump.
It is a huge jump. Oh yeah.
That's like going
And
from an iPhone
my
X.
wife was on a Series 4. Now I got her a new SE. She didn't really care about the Series 9.
Yep.
So I said, well, how about the SE then? And she, yeah, okay. So she got the
Yep.
SE, the new SE, and she really likes it. And
Okay.
because her battery was really, if she'd be lucky to get a day out of it before. And
How long's the
now with
battery
this
lasting you with that one there?
with this one, oh gosh. The only time I tracked how long it lasted was I had it fully charged at 1 p.m. one day, and then it was all that day, all the next day, and I think finally the next morning, I charged it again. Like it's just phenomenal.
Say
Like
that
so,
again.
well, basically 2 days
Oh, okay.
before I
Yeah.
had to recharge it,
Hmm.
and
And what's the
I
main
use it to
benefit of
track my
that one
sleep.
over? Ah,
I use
yeah.
I use it for sleep tracking. I use it well. It does blood oxygen,
Mm-hmm.
um, but it's got the waypoint screen where you can actually track your steps. If I take a walk through the great math, if I take a walk through the woods or whatever, I can track my steps and then it'll find my way back, type of thing.
Okay.
It has cellular, which I don't have it activated yet, but I'm thinking about putting it on there to see if it's
That'll
see if
suck
it's
the
worth.
battery.
Then if I forget my phone somewhere or whatever, then I don't have to worry about it. I can still make a call or whatever. But
When do you
yeah,
ever
just
leave your phone anywhere? Honestly.
actually, I have taken the dog for a walk and I've left my phone at home. I've done that a couple times. Yeah,
What? Don't you
yeah,
know what
believe
your
it or not.
podcast is about? It's not called Apple Watch Photography.
I know.
That word just
Incredible.
gets so much laughter now.
It does. It does. I think another highlight for me though for this year though is how well the podcast is going. Um,
Yeah.
you know, Dave Podner and I we talked about so every year Spotify for podcasters gives you what's called Spotify Wrapped, and it's the
Hmm.
statistics of your podcast for the year.
Okay.
And so we had I've got a graphic here on my screen. I can just read off it real quick. 102% more listeners,
Hmm.
162% more streams, and 112% more followers just in
Okay.
2023.
Nice.
So
Very
I'm
nice.
pretty happy with that. Like it's all organic growth and it's just it's so much fun to do and
Mm.
so we
That's
are
good.
going to do I think one more show and then we're taking New Year's Day off. New Year's Day would be our regular recording for that episode,
Okay.
and we're going to
Yeah.
take that one off. So I said that in the last show that we're going to have basically it's going to be a 4 week period where there won't be anything.
Yeah, sure. I would have thought you would have said your 100th episode
Oh
because that's a
yeah,
huge
well
achievement.
that was good. That was a highlight for sure. Um, yeah,
'Cause I
yeah, that
listen
was
to
that.
your podcasts and I'll have like now and then I'll have a bit of a chuckle. As I said to you before, I listen to it on Spotify. So when you start talking about visual things, I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. I can't
Yeah,
see that for that. But that's just the platform. I get that. Um, it, that 100th episode, I think I might have told you, like at the time when I was listening to that, I was out in the paddock spraying thistles and stuff. I
yeah.
was pissing myself laughing the whole time, mate. That was such an entertaining podcast.
It
It
was
was really good.
well, it was we got the band back together. The old Tiny Shutter crew.
Yeah,
and it's always you never know what's going to come up, and you
yeah,
never know what anybody's going to say. So
yeah,
it was a hoot. It was a real hoot doing that, and
yeah. I really
I love
enjoyed it.
talking with those guys. So
It was really good. Thoroughly
yeah.
enjoyed it. I don't know what the. I was only thinking about it for you. I won't say getting any particular sort of bit of kit because there's I kind of get them to shoot videos with. So they're kind of, for me, they're just tools. The iPhone, I really like the iPhone, but because I use it every day. And I've tried and I've tried and I've tried so hard to try and like use this. In fact, I might even use this when I go on holidays because this has some features that the iPhone doesn't do as well as what this one does. I'll explain that in a minute. So I don't think getting any particular piece of kit really did it for me, like a highlight for me. I think
It had to
this
be a
year I got,
highlight. It had to be a highlight for you though when you were able to go full-time YouTube.
yeah, that's definitely a highlight for me. It's enabled me to. There's videos that I do now where I edit and I go, no, I don't like that, and I'll go out and reshoot it. Whereas before I'm like, I don't like that, but I've got no time to
Yeah, I don't
redo
have
that,
time to
so
redo it.
it's going,
Yeah.
it's going. Yeah, it's running with that. I think that the two. Well, that's certainly a highlight because I'm pretty lucky to be able to do that. I think that the two kind of almost vanity sort of metrics is the 80,000 subs that happened this year,
Yeah. Oh
and
yeah, for sure.
and what we saw just yesterday on the Facebook group at 4,000 members. I think that's a pretty good bloody. And I said in that private group that we have, the chat group that we have, it's it's you guys that do that. It's not me. It's just my name on the freaking thing. It's I'm Batman. Yeah, I think having like that, it's not just because my name is on that group, but I belong to, and I have, and we probably all have been members in different photography groups on Facebook, and I would say 95% of them turn to just pus in the first little while, and
Yeah.
and it doesn't matter how you might have. There's an iPhone group that's got 150 odd thousand members, and there are some really nice people in there, which are well and truly overpowered by the small group of assholes. And it's
Yeah.
like you join a group and people go, I can't work out how to get the grid lines on my phone, and you read the first 15 comments and like get a bloody Samsung or if you don't know how to do that, you shouldn't have a bloody new phone, that sort of stuff. And it's like, you don't,
Yeah. Yeah.
it doesn't help anyone, you bunch of tools. But I think the group that we have here is, I think it's a genuinely good group. And it's not just because my name's on there. There are supportive people.
It's a very enjoyable experience. You know, I
Yeah,
never go in there thinking, "Oh, what am I going to see now?" I always go in
yeah,
there and I see great photos. The back and forth, the commentary is great. You know, the camaraderie is excellent.
mm,
You know, it's probably one of the best groups there is that I've
yeah.
ever seen. You know,
And I
and
agree, mate.
that's a testament to the people that are in it. And you know
Yeah,
what? There's 4,000 people in there, yes, but like any group, it's probably 5% are active. But that 5% of people that are active in
yeah,
there are are fantastic.
yep, yep. It's every day that I look at this group, every day I see a new name that I haven't seen there before. Like you see the old and bold and great photographers like Ron Duval, like
Hmm.
Mike Goyne, like Devo. No, just kidding. Don't like your dog photos. I'm only there for Devo's dog photos. It's inside joke.
Yeah.
It's but like right now, I'm looking at that screen. Like this Roy Clark fellow, I haven't seen his photo in there before. That's a good photo. I think that's a good
Yeah.
photo. It's
Yeah.
it's well done. Even if it has got it looks like an English number plate, but it's a new person there who's doing something he probably hasn't done before. So yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's
Oh, yeah. And that's the thing about
it's a
having
great
a
group.
niche group like that. You know, people are going to try things they haven't tried before and realize how fun it is. And by golly, some people are going to get good at it for sure.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. You go and look at the stats. We have an inside joke about how many people you approve to the group. So if you're in that group already, you'll see there's 3 questions that are there, and I reckon I decline more people than what I actually let come in. But in saying that, out of the 4,000 members that are in that group, I've probably interacted with about 50 as in declined or approved. the vast majority of you would be Devo. And he says this brand bizzo, but honestly, when this first started, for those who don't know, this group, somebody asked, where can we share photos? And I'm like, no, I've got this going on, that going on. I don't have time to do this. And then Devo actually reached out to me, I think with a Facebook message saying, hey, if you want help managing. And I'm like, job's yours, bud.
Yeah.
and to be
No interview or nothing.
absolutely nah. I went, he's English, he's gotta be good.
Yeah.
And it's from my point of view, it's bloody cool to have someone I've never met. Like we talk to each other, we all talk to each other on that group, but he just runs with it. And I think that the group wouldn't be what it is now without him. I don't care. My name's on it. I get what you're
He's
saying.
definitely a big part of it.
He,
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, 100%. So there's like 5. Is there 5 of us? You,
Yep,
me,
there's 5 of
Devo,
us.
yeah, 5 of us, and Dale, and Mr. Baker. It's I just let people in. Well, don't let them in. Sure, but it's just a ripper group. I'm stoked that we did it. And if it wasn't for him saying I'll help administrate the group wouldn't be there. I would have just gone, no, I'm not doing it, because I didn't want another one of those groups where it just turned into a cesspit. Everyone's really helpful in the groups. I've learned a lot. Now I need to learn how to video. I don't know if I want to do video on the channel because it's called Shane Mostyn Mobile Photography. I don't know. There's certainly some really good. Look at Brent Grasnier, I think his name is, something like that. He where's he from? I think he's like from Switzerland or something like that. And his videos for iPhone photography, iPhone videography are just the shit. He really knows what he's talking about. Yeah, you've seen him.
He's
then?
good. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely rate him. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say, really. Joe, is Joe Green missing a leg in that photo with the husky, or am I looking at that wrong? It's only small on my screen. I can't tell.
Yeah, it's only small on mine too. I don't
know. In my time in your Facebook group, I've not seen anyone being a dickhead to anyone top-notch group.
Yeah.
I can't, because we talk about now and then we talk about the group on our little private chat, even though it exists to talk about the group and to administer the group. I can't think of any time that we've ever gone, hey, this just happened, this person needs to be removed or anything like that. I just can't think of anything like that.
No.
Can you?
No.
Good group. It will be incredible. It is incredible. What are you talking about? Facebook group, incredible. Yeah. Wait, is this? Ay. Oh, that's not good. Damn.
Oh, wow.
Well, I'm glad you find some express in photography, dude. Bloody hell. That's horrid. Should we give some stuff away, Greg?
Yeah, let's do that.
So there's 2 phones to give away, and I want you. Well, I didn't really express it, but every time that we've given stuff away on the channel, it's like you've got to be here to win it, sort of thing. And so there's 2 phones to give away. I've got that ulanzi filter kit to give away from that video, and there are 3 lenses from wrong side. I'll get it there. from Shift Cam. And I know that some people will be like, "Oh, Shift Cam, I don't want it." The gear is mint. The gear, it is. It's mint.
Yeah.
The shit that they went through with, and they may still be going through. I'm not 100%, but with their fulfilling of orders. But once I had a video chat with these guys and basically laid down on your behalf, that's the people who haven't had their orders fulfilled. And you know how I am. I call a spade a spade. I let them know how pissed everyone was with them. We spoke about the photos on their website and blah, 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 blah. I think we've covered this before. And they were asking, what can we do to make it better? What can we do to help your community? And I said, well, how about you give some stuff, like give some stuff away. So they sent me that. I should have just looked in the bloody camera here, not on the screen here, because it's like, oh, it's everywhere. Lego. Nothing wrong with Lego. I used to have Lego sitting on these here, remember? I had
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
What do I have here? Harley. Yeah, the Harley that's up there, and the Harley Fat Boy, and the space station on the other side. And what I worked out is that space station, that's a badass to try and dust. Forget it.
Oh, yeah.
It's horrid. Yeah, I was like, I'll fix that again. So anyway, they're giving, that up there is it's like a kit with all the bits and pieces. Like it's almost like a mafia little, like it's a strong box. It's
nice.
Yeah, it is nice. A little bit of me goes, it's mobile phone photography.
Yeah,
that's a big thing to take with you.
Yeah, a little overkill, I think.
Yeah. Am I going about that the right way? No, upside down, Miss Jane, which you probably don't know. Do you ever get Mr. Squiggle?
No.
No, that's a saying from Mr. Squiggle. Mr. Squiggle was an Aussie kids program. It was a puppet on strings, and he had a pencil as a nose, because like what puppet doesn't have a pencil as a nose? And and the Miss Jane, which was the person, like the actual person with the puppet, not controlling the puppet, but she would like interact with the puppet, and she would draw like a few squiggles on a piece of paper, and then he would use his nose to like turn that squiggles into a photo. Yeah, and then he would draw it, and she'd go, I don't know what that is. And he goes, because it's upside down, Miss Jane. And she turned it around. It's like, there's a photo. Yeah, it's cool. So every time something's upside down, I'll kind of say, upside down, Miss Jane. Yeah, that was a long way of saying it, wasn't it? This is probably like breaking up the microphone now. But how was that?
Oh, nice.
It looks really pretty. I can't see myself carrying this bad boy like anywhere.
Yeah.
but they did send one of these cool things where you can at the touch of a button it can turn your phone for those with RSI injuries.
Yeah.
Anyway, look, all the lenses in here are just they're mint. This is the production kit. It's as good as the the preset that I sent to you, like like the prototype set, the launch set, or whatever you want to call it. Unless you have, that's a good look at that. That's a really good point. I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah.
If you can't, Scott Baker ruining business ideas like nothing else. Red hot. So we have 3 lenses of those to give away. It's the wide, the long range macro, and the fisheye lens. So anyone who's in here right now, and it's going to be for an iPhone, if you would like one, put a comment here and what sort of phone you have, because these things will come directly from ShiftCam. I don't have them. I've said to them, I'll get the details of these people and what sort of phone you have. So they'll send you a phone case and the lens, and it will be yours. So put a comment here if you would like one, which one you would like, and what sort of phone you have, and we'll draw that shortly, just based purely on the comments. So have at it.
Fight.
Fight. Look at them all. Everyone's fighting over it. Not one comment. Oh, there we go. So these here, this is the filter kit from Ulanzi. Now, you may remember a while ago I was doing a fair bit of stuff for Ulanzi, remember? And then with lights and things like that. And it got to the point where I was like, look, I've kind of had enough of reviewing lights and stuff. And I pretty much just went off. I shouldn't say went off Ulanzi. I was like, you're not being innovative enough for me. I don't want to shoot another video for a freaking light that does the same thing. It's just shaped differently. And then the more that I watched Ralph Mayhew, and his channel's almost turned into a reviewing channel, and it's working for him. Like he does good reviews. And I watched some of the Ulanzi stuff that he was doing. I'm like, this stuff's getting good. Like they've gone from the little LED panels to some pretty cool stuff. And this was one of those things. So it just, you may have seen the video where it just magnetizes onto the MagSafe. So that person who wrote that comment about my bank details are on my phone, it's MagSafe. This is a pretty innovative way to put filters onto any MagSafe phone, I think, and they work really well. And in that video, I basically, what did I do? It was all the hats, change the hats, and there were 17 hats, and it worked. Like everyone got on board with that.
17 hats for 21 changes.
Yeah, but I didn't ask how many changes, did I?
No, that's right.
No. So when people like you went changes, I went, well, you're out of the running now because you're just being a smartass. And I'm the only smartass on my channel. So I've gone through them. This is going to up to Kate Barker, or is it Kate Fulton now? She got married. She actually used to live down here, and she puts some photos in the group from time to time of all the amazing electrical storms and sunsets that they get in the Northern Territory. So this will go to good use to Kate. That one I don't care if she's here or not. I don't know if she's here. If you're here, Kate, say good day. We should have a look and see who wants these.
Now there was one there that says Facebook user. Can they put their name on there?
Yeah. So what this is, you're commenting on Facebook, obviously, because we're streaming to Facebook. But if you don't give StreamYard permission to use your name, I don't know who you are. So throw your name so we can talk about it. I'm going to say, I thought that was Scott Baker for a minute.
So did I for a second.
Don't you have a 13, dude? I thought you had a 13 because it's a big deal that he's got a 13. Android. Can't help you, dude. Not with that one. Fight. What do you reckon? Do you want to pick anyone at random there, Greg?
Okay, and I will send you a text.
Ooh.
With who I think would be a possible.
Wilbur Jones. Wilbur Jones from Arizona. What sort of phone do you have, Wilbur? So you're sending me a text now?
Yeah.
I can only see a rare photo of a baby carrot clinging to its mother before being eaten by a heartless vegan. Who said that? Devo said that to our little group. I thought that was you. Is this riveting
Okay.
viewing? Waiting for me
There
to
it
get a
is.
text? Yeah, cool. I actually agree with that too. So the people that I'm about to say, if you go to the YouTube channel, to the channel homepage, then go to the About tab, it'll have a link there to give you my email address. Just go there, send me all of your details I need, your full name, your full address, your postal address. Chances are you can't use a PO box, your phone number, and what phone case you have, and what lens you would like. And I'll send that to ShiftCam, and then they will send you a lens. So ACJABC, I don't even know what that means. No idea. Dude, you dudette, whatever. Because you can't tell by the name.
So
Send me an email.
is ShiftCam going to send a case with the lens?
Yes.
Okay.
That's why I want your phone, your phone model. So if you've got a 13 Pro, let me know, and they will send you a case for that phone. So that's number one. Look, it should be random. This bit's not going to be, because I don't care. He should get one. because it's my name on the Facebook group. So send me your details, dude. Mr. Mark Deves. I've just let that man's name out of it. So that's two. Who else? Oh, should it be a Beach Boy? No. No, he's got a Google Pixel. So it's not a Beach Boy.
Oh, right.
Who else, man? Who else? Scott Baker. Give me a number. So I'm happy to give one to Devo. So two are gone. Oh, wow, thanks. Someone give me a number, please. Not you, Greg. 7, thanks. Now I'm just going back to the beginning here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. We had him on here earlier. I just went down from the top there. I may have counted wrong. I may not have. Don't care. That's who's winning it. So Scott, not Baker. Just go to the YouTube channel and go to the About tab. You'll find my email address there. Send me. You've got a 12 Pro Max, but just put all that in an email and all the information I said before, and you win the third one. How's that go? Done deal. This is the end of year review. What do you think? Oh, there you go. Interesting.
Wait for phone technology.
I think what Apple will do next year will be like incredible. And
yeah,
they will have a new phone sensor that's going to be 3 times better than, I don't know, just 3 times better. What do you reckon, Greg?
I've been hearing that they might be putting a stacked sensor in the iPhone. How that works, I have no idea. I also heard that this year they were supposed to have 48 megapixel sensors on all of them, like on all the cameras on the back. So
yep,
maybe that'll come. I doubt it. You got to think of how Apple does things. You know, they always make kind of baby steps in their going from one year to the next. But I do think that they'll probably put a little more powerful zoom in.
Yep.
In the Pro Max, maybe up to 10 times. I don't know. I'm not going to even wish for that because we all wished for it this time and it didn't happen. But you know what? The 5 times isn't that bad. It's not as bad as I thought it would be.
That should be Apple's like motto. It's not that bad.
Yeah.
It's we are answering. Are we answering Brian's question? Hold on. I have. We'll come back to that in a second, dude. Sorry, I missed it. We'll finish this first. I think I know everybody wanted the 10 times zoom, and I've got a feeling that more people want that now than don't want it. I get what you're saying with the 5 times. I do use it.
Yeah.
I actually use it more for video. The video on the iPhone is just it's spectacular. I absolutely love it. I use it so much for B-roll on all the channels. It's mental. I just love it with the action, the action mode, where like an inbuilt stabilizer, if you like, and that even on 5 times zoom it's really impressive. I do a lot with the dogs and stuff with that. It just works really well.
Yeah.
But at the same time, and I say this because I'm what I was talking about before with the different groups. With the Samsung groups, the photos that people are pushing out with that 10 times lens are spectacular.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It gives you a whole new dimension to photography. And I was never you may remember, you can go back and look at the live streams that we've done, and I've gone, who the bloody hell uses that? Doesn't matter, yada, yada. But now that I'm using it, I'm like, we should all be able to do this. And I'm not bagging on Apple. Like, I'm well entrenched in the ecosystem, and I don't think, my gut feeling is I probably would never go away from it. I really want to with that Pixel, because the Pixel phone is spectacular, and the watch is better than this. But we'll talk about the Ultra when we get off here, or maybe before we get off, I don't know. But the innovations that other companies are making, I think, are leaving Apple behind a little bit in the camera realm. I think the camera on the iPhone is in my opinion, it's the best because it's so simple to use, and it works really well 100% of the time for me. Whereas I can't say that with the other manufacturers, but the other manufacturers have things in their cameras that I think it can't be that bloody hard to bring into the iPhone, like the 10 times zoom, like an Astro mode. It can't be that freaking hard. So I don't know why they don't do it, but I would certainly like to see those two things.
I think it's the 90-90 rule. They please 90% of the people 90% of the time, and it's that 10% of people that want these things, and they're just not gonna bend.
But when you
not
look
that
at
easily,
sure, when you look at those other groups, like the Samsung groups that I'm part of, it's not 90%. It's not 10% of the people who are using this. So many more people than 10% are using those the telephoto lenses. Like, it's there and it exists. And if people are right into photography with their phones, I would wager a bet that Apple would lose customers who aren't fully entrenched to those other brands because they do it better. Do those things better. I would bet that. I'm not bagging this. I absolutely rate it. It just, I used to say to people, just get an Apple product because it just works. Going from like a Windows machine and stuff, like the Apple stuff just works. Don't say it too much anymore because it doesn't always just work. But it's just easy. I think the whole user admin thing. I should probably look at some of these questions. Look at Mike Goyne punching out the. Is it? It's not 420, mate. But he's probably. Oh, he's a goat farmer in the bush, isn't he? Mike Goyne's stoned right now. You just know it with his 420. We should answer that other question first before we go on. The Beach Boy, he probably gets sick of me calling him this. Have I used the Google 8 Pro in manual mode for astrophotography? Yes. Is it good? No. You can use it and you can take photos of the stars, but when you've got exactly the astro feature in the camera app, why would you? And maybe I should have done a video on this. It's just that the Galactic Core went away before I even got to this. But the limitations on the Pro mode in the Google 8 Pro is that the maximum shutter speed that I have is 16 seconds. I don't know if you knew that. So all the other phones have 30 seconds, like the night mode on the iPhone is 30 seconds. The Pro mode on the other Android phones is 30 seconds. The Pro mode on this goes to 16 seconds, and that's all. Which for stars is actually not a bad thing because you don't get the star trails. However, you don't get as much light. So it's a significant trade-off. I think, well, from my point of view, if you want to take photos of stars with the Pixel, just use Astro mode because it's just so much better.
That's what it's built for.
Yeah. In 7 years, I don't know what that was. Oh, this is probably the Apple conversation.
Yeah, likely.
Yep.
Okay, that makes sense.
You know what's funny? Like, Scott's a bit of a larrikin. Do you guys use that word?
No.
Oh. I was just thinking that's a really Aussie word, an old school Aussie word. He's a bit of a smart ass, a joker sort of thing.
Oh, okay.
He comes out with these pearlers of just knowing the techie shit sometimes, and I go, see, I'm just a smart ass, but he's a smart ass with knowledge. Apple Logic 5 times not bad. That's right.
Yeah.
You know,
it's 10 times incredible.
Yeah. It's one more question. Do you have done anything? I haven't actually. No, I haven't. This was one of the things with the phone. I've taken plenty of photos on the Pixel, and one of the things that when they launched it, I kind of went, I don't know if I like that. That's more of a marketing thing, like the head swapping thing and the people, like the object remover has been there for a while, which is very handy. Like you use that in different apps right now on every platform. I think even the Samsung has that object removal in the photo editor within the phone. So yeah. But you remember when this first came out and you were really probably the most negative I've ever seen you, because I think you're a pretty positive sort of a person.
Yeah, I really poo-pooed it.
Oh, you did, man. You like poo-pooed it. You like hammered the shit out of that thing. It was like, so this isn't photography. It's like, well, and once I had it, and I've taken plenty of photos with this phone, I haven't used it to this day. I haven't used it. I haven't done any of the object removal, which I think is a valid thing because we do that with different apps in different environments. So I'm okay with the object removal thing. It's the object moving and replacing their heads from a different photo that I kind of go, I don't get that. Just get it right and be done with it. But I see that it's very much a marketing thing. And I think when you use it, I think you'd go, that's cool. And you probably wouldn't use it that much, I don't think.
The biggest thing for me is I'm a little bit okay with this whole AI movement that's going on right now. Like, Chat GTP or whatever it is could be really useful in certain situations. But when it comes to photography, I've just never really been on board with this whole, like the mid-journey thing and all that stuff, because there's the fact that the AI owns the copyright if you create an image with it. There's the fact that it's not like all you're doing is putting in prompts and getting an image, And so circling back to the Google Pixel 8, there's a real hefty camera war among smartphones, among the different brands and that. And with this latest one from Google, they've just basically completely AI'd it to death. And, everything was, when I watched that presentation for the camera, everything was AI this, AI that, AI this, AI that. I mean, even the 4K video or whatever would have to go to Google servers to get processed and then come back. Like
Mm.
the phone should be able to do it on its own. As far as that part of it goes. And then as far as all the AI stuff goes, well, I mean, okay, they're a little gimmicky, but I wouldn't make that your selling point. Make the camera
Yeah.
work for itself, right? That's all I think about it. That's why I
Yeah.
poo-pooed it so bad.
I totally get it, and I agree with you. The camera on it is good. It's better than any other Pixel camera that I've used. It's still not like the iPhone. Like I said before, the iPhone has very, very, very. I'm going to say excellent images 100% of the time. For me, I have found that it's always reliable. I can't say that about the Pixel. It takes incredible, amazing photos.
Incredible.
I say 90% of the time. So I could take a photo here, walk 5 paces that way, and take another photo of the same thing, and it'll be very different. And sometimes, not always. And from a photographer's point of view, that's not quite good enough, I don't think. But anyway, that's just my take on it. Yeah. But all the AI stuff with the Pixel, in my opinion, is just marketing. It's just there to sell phones. All the ads that I've seen for it, for the Pixel phone, every one of them shows this AI shit, and it's there for that, I think. I think the use case in some of these would be, little Johnny's just played his first, soccer game for the Canadian soccer team, and they want the photo of the backline defense or whatever, and they all get together, and little Johnny keeps on turning his head here and there. I get that, but
that's how it happened.
Yeah. Further AI integration may come a little bit. Well, it is. There was a photo that won. I think it was an Australian competition. It may have been an Australian competition, and it was an aerial shot of someone surfing, and there was like rocks and waves like tubing over, and this guy was just out in front of it, and it looked absolutely amazing. And once this person won, they then went, I didn't even take it. It's AI generated, you dickheads. So it's there now. It's like people can't tell the difference with some of this stuff. Anyway, it's
it's pretty sad.
It is. Right about Astromotic works extremely well. Interesting. 16 seconds for each exposure. Light manual. Long lit. Yes. I don't know why I didn't think of that before. You've just found a solution to something I think is a major downside with the Pixel. I didn't even think of doing this. I'm glad that the Beach Boy is here. So when I did Star Trails with the Pixel, I'm so stoked that he said this. You can't do Star Trails with a Pixel because there's too much of a gap in the 4-minute exposure. There's like dotted through the sky. But if you do it this way, it would absolutely work. I reckon it would work. Do you know what I mean? Am I losing you? I am losing you. So when you do, you've got the intervalometer app that goes onto the Android phones, and it sits there. You tell it how often to hit that shutter button. And for the Pixel, you'd say every 4 minutes and say 10 seconds because it's a 4-minute and 6-second photo. So in 4 minutes and 10 seconds, you hit the shutter, and then you'd be the end result would be, I don't know, say 500 images of the galactic core stars in the sky, and then you'd put them together in the sister app to the intervalometer, which is something like not Star Stacker. I want to say, I can't think, Star Trails or something like that. It might be called, and it will make Star Trails for you in a final image. but it never worked because of that 4-minute gap. So you'd always have like a dotted star trail.
Oh,
But
yeah.
doing this 16 seconds, that's going to work. In my head, that's a workable solution. I'm glad you're here, Beach Boy. That's a video right there, because that was a for me, for the guys who do and the girls who do this sorts of photography and put things in the group there. And it's one of the most common questions I get asked about the Google Pixel. Can they do star trails? And I go, yeah, but they suck. I think you have uncovered a way here. I don't know if you meant to, that can unsuck it.
Yeah.
My understanding. Oh, okay. Well, you would actually know this. So you got Mr. Google smartass there. But I like to think that Devo actually knows stuff. I might be wrong. Maybe he's just shit-faced and silly right now. He's just like, I know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't think it can be copyrighted because the AI owns the copyright. That's what I heard anyway. I don't know a whole
Now,
ton
what I
about
mean
it,
is
but
check one of your astrophotography shots and run it through a new editing program. Well, yeah, you can. Yeah, absolutely. But it's still going to be better just a regular one-off shot using Astro mode, 100%. I think we're on the same page. Flip side, Apple refused to. Well, that's incredible that they would do that. Next
yeah.
week's video. That's right.
Yep.
How would you change it in the Pixel? In the Pro mode. In the Pro mode, when you use Pro settings in the Pixel, you can change everything, but the maximum shutter speed is 16 seconds. So you can change ISO, your focus point, your shutter speed, ISO, well, not aperture, obviously, but you can change it all, and white balance, all that sort of stuff. It's not as, I haven't done anything with it with the manual mode in a video, because it's not really in all the manual apps and manual cameras and stuff on all the phones. I think that the Pixel one is the least intuitive. The layout of it, the UI on the manual camera, it sucks. I don't like it at all. I think it's bloody terrible. But if that's the only phone that you're using all the time, you'd get used to it. You just would.
Yeah.
Highlight how slightly dotted and edit it and give the viewer. Really, Dale? Really? I missed the Dale with the broken leg who did Star Trails every night. That was spectacular.
Yeah.
Not this dotted Dale. It's possible on this. No, because you need that intervalometer to happen. So you're going to use the camera app, but then the intervalometer app is another. So your camera app's here, and it's doing all the photo work. Then you need an intervalometer app that goes on top of that, and it just gives you a button across the top of the shutter button, and you set it to say, I want you to press this button this many times, this often, and you end up with a heap of photos. It works really well. I need to frame that comment.
Show the missus.
Have a look at this. All right, we've been going for an hour and 13 minutes. My God, we can talk some shit about nothing. Such is the live stream. So there are two phones to give away. These two phones. These are two phones that I've had here. Like the other phones that I've given away here, they're phones that I've bought and used for videos and pretty much don't use them anymore. Neither of these have even had a SIM card in them, so they're essentially brand new phones. I've just used them for photos and videos. And now they're going to you. So there were two ways that you could win a phone. One is for members only, and I'll get you to give me I'm just looking at my member list here of all the members on the channel. So the members on the channel and not subscribers on the channel, they're actually members. These guys pay a small amount of dollars every month. And you get the very rare video when I remember that I've got members. I'll do a video for the members, and you get
that last one was pretty good.
It was pretty good. I think that's a good idea doing it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even when I was editing that video, and so what my process in editing a video is like just dump in that sort of video. I went through and dumped a heap of the outtakes from all the different videos. Then I put them together in some sort of a sequence. And every time I watched it as I'm editing it, I'm laughing at myself being a dickhead, not knowing what he's doing. Yeah. So yeah, I enjoy it. So one of those people will win one of these, and the other person that will win is someone. And I was pretty. I won't say vague. I think it was accurate enough, or I explained it well enough that you need to be a subscribed to all three channels and be active on all three channels. And there is absolutely an obvious winner here because this person has thoughtfully commented on every single video on all the channels that I've done since announcing this competition. And I don't think he's actually missed one. And the comments aren't just like good video. Like he'll make a comment about what's in that video. So you're like, this guy's watched this shit. So
Yep.
yeah, red hot. So we'll do the two phones. Have I even said what the two phones are? What is it? It's a Pixel 6, so it's a little bit older, but this does exactly what the Pixels do right now, with the exception of some of the AI stuff, I guess. And the Huawei. Oh, I can't focus on it. There we go. Huawei P40 Pro. If it wasn't for the Google services, this would be my favorite phone. The camera in this, I think, is the best. It's what the camera app can do is something that we chase in pretty much every other bloody camera, looking for an app or a way to do it. The Star Trails thing that we were just talking about, this does it in the camera app. The long exposure, silky water, street lights and stuff, this does it in the camera app. Full manual control up ISO up to 6400 and incrementally all the way down. It's the most what's the word I'm looking for? You can adjust the most in the camera app. I can't think of the right word. So like the Samsung, for example, you go ISO 800, 1632.
This will bring you
versatile, yeah, customizable. That's what I'm looking for.
Okay.
It goes all the way in between all of those. It's like Samsung's like 20 seconds, 25, 30. This is like 21, 22, 20. It's ridiculously good. Thoughtfully commented, crap, me then. Not me then. That's right. Oh, I disagree. You answered a great question and then figured out how to. I'm not sure what he means. Oh my God, Facebook user is living in the future. S33 Ultra. I reckon by the time S33 Ultra comes out, 33 Ultra, Apple will have 8 times zoom lens.
Yeah.
All right. Give us a look, he's probably in here because I've seen him comment before, and I'm just going to let him choose. It's the man with the black flags, digging in the green grass, Martin. This fella. He's actually got his own YouTube channel. Did you know that?
No.
And he does like metal detecting.
Oh, okay.
Hence the digging in the green grass.
Are
Are you in here still, Mr. Martin? If you are, you'll let me know which phone you would like. And you'll get one. Now, the other one is for a member on the channel. Please be in here, Martin. So give us a number, Greg, between, how many have we got there? 25. Give us a number between 1 and 25.
17.
17. I can't.
What is it?
Number 7 is Kate Barker.
Oh.
She's already won this.
Okay, I'll give you another number. Let's go with 9.
Okay. I was going to get I just closed the bloody members list. Idiot. Number 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Oh no, now what?
It's Patrika.
Oh. Well, Martin wants the pixel, so he's gonna get.
And for those that don't know what we're laughing at, like Patrika's username on Instagram is Huawei phone photographer.
Yeah.
So Martin is getting the pixel, and Patrika, do you want the? I think he's even got this. I think he's even got the newer one of these.
I think he's on the P50 Pro. Yeah.
Yeah. Should we call it again?
Probably, because I mean,
He's got this. He's
Patrika's
got
not
better
going to
than
want
this
to go
already.
backwards. I mean, okay,
Legend.
so I'll pick another number.
Yeah.
5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gary Williams.
There you go.
Gary Williams. We're going to give it to Gary Williams. No idea where you are, Gary. I don't mind if you're not here or not. We could go through this all day.
And we don't know if he's an Apple fanboy or.
We don't know. No idea.
Oh, what if he's in the U.S.? That phone might not be any good.
Oh. Don't care. You can still take photos with it.
Well, that's true.
Yeah. It's not like they're going to arrest you at, like customs or something, just for having this. So Gary Williams, if you do watch this eventually, just get in contact with me on that About tab on the YouTube channel. Send me an email and we'll send this off. If Gary doesn't contact me before the next live stream, we'll give this away again. I've tried to give it away 3 times now.
Yeah.
Kate, I would have loved to give it to you, but you're already getting this.
And, we love Patrika, but he's already got a better Huawei phone than that. So, I mean, it's not that we don't want to give him something. It's just that.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, 100%.
So.
He's go and look at Patrika on Instagram. It's something like Huawei phone photographer. If you look at Greg or I or Scott or any of us on Instagram, chances are we all follow him. So you'll be able to see it in there. Yeah. It's true. He's probably banned. He probably is.
He gets kicked out of there so many times.
Yeah, absolutely. Congratulations to you guys. Martin, send me your details, dude. Send me an email. I think you've emailed me before. I'm pretty sure you have. I'd love to see the Giving Spirit alive, giving Christmas. Oh, there you go. Legend. Yes.
Yeah.
So we've given away a few things here today. I think this is a good thing to do at the end of the year, don't you?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So that will do for today. We're going away. This time next week, I won't be here. I'll be in the land of the rising sun. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Wonder how many people know what that is. See, in Australia, the rising sun is the hat badge that the army wears. The rising sun, but I'm sure it's known as things otherwise. So I'm going to be able to take. So I am taking gear with me to shoot videos there. Do you remember when we spoke about bucket lists and photography bucket lists? So in the thanks again. Wouldn't it be super early in Australia? Well, right here we start this at 6 a.m. here, where I am. So it's not that early. I've been up for like 2 hours prior to this, so no big deal. I am going to Japan. So home of Nintendo. It is the home of Nintendo. We're lucky enough to have someone stay here and look after all of our stuff for us, which is
good.
it's no easy feat. When you want to leave and go away for an extended period, you've got 3 dogs, 2 cats, 2 horses, I don't know, 20 goats, 20 sheep, 40,000 bees.
Yeah. And 50,359,827 flies.
No, I got one this morning. Went down here. The numbers dropped.
Oh, okay.
Who looks after? Will they look after the flies? That's right. Other people staying? No. I'll get rid of that sucker today, man. It's smelling pretty bad. So while I'm there, I'll be shooting some videos, and I'll be able to tick off something off my photography bucket list. That's the Torii Gate at Hiroshima. It's a floating Torii Gate. It's a pretty famous sort of thing. Many. I would say it's photographed as much as the Wanaka tree in New Zealand. Do you know what that one is?
No.
You would have seen it, I would imagine.
I might have seen it. They say the most photographed tree in the world is out in BC. There's a little tree growing off a log in a pond, and it's very popular.
I would disagree. I would say this is the most photographed tree in the world. The Wanaka tree.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. I've seen that.
Yep. That's off my bucket list. I've done it. It's hanging in our bedroom, actually. The big print of that hanging in the bedroom. It's like a 25 or 30-minute long photo that I've got there. It's a ripper shot. And then there's there is this that Torii Gate.
Okay. Yeah.
They call it a floating Torii Gate. It's absolutely on the bucket list. So that's obviously a long exposure photo there on the right there. And that's what I intend to get. So we are doing Tokyo and Osaka and Kyoto and going down to Hiroshima for 2 reasons. I want to go see like the Peace Dome, like where the bomb fell, or one of them fell, and have a look at that. I think that would be a pretty sombering sort of experience. This and getting this photo is way up there. It's once we worked out that we were going, I'm like, we're going to Hiroshima. I want to do that.
Make sure you take a nice bright torch with you to light it up.
I'll do it at daytime, and I'll use like even longer or re-expose something like that. And this trip, I'm taking my Pocket 3 to film on.
Yep.
And the rest will be phones. I'll take the Samsung, I'll take the Pixel, I'll take the iPhone, and that's it. I won't take it. So I'm going to do a bucket list photo with just my phone. That will be cool. Yes. That's it. Merry Christmas, and we'll talk to you in the new year. Legend. Queue even longer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, there was questions here I didn't even realize. Sorry, guys. Huawei phones are excellent. Yes. Maybe. Maybe. I'm not sure. I think some cases the Astro is better on the Pixel than it is on the Huawei, but the Huawei is like mint. It's How long can even? Do you know what his means there?
How long can even longer go video? Even longer doesn't do video.
No, it's only Dale that does video with even longer.
Yeah.
Not sure what you mean. There won't be an 8-hour photo doing that. At low tide, you can actually walk out to that Torii Gate.
Oh, really?
So,
nice.
Yeah. I've seen plenty of. Oh, hold on, I'll bring it back up. There you go.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So
that's
the
cool.
idea would be to do it when it's up, water's high tide. I've broken them. Making a bit. Oh, right. I'm thinking he's talking about me making videos about taking photos. I'm thinking that's what he's. I don't know. He's in Newcastle. They smoke a lot of weed up there. I'm not sure what he's doing.
And he does look like Kirk Hammett.
He does. I've never seen them two together. I'm just saying.
No.
No. Anyway, that's it for today, guys. Let's pack it up, and there'll be no videos between now and when I come back. I'll film a heap of stuff over there. Then I just need to have a little bit of a break, and we'll see everybody in the new year.
Yes.
Thanks, Greg. Have a good Christmas, my friend.
Yes, you too, and safe travels. And I can't wait to see some of the stuff you capture over there. It's going to be pretty cool.
It will be cool. All right. See you guys.
Merry Christmas, everybody.